Well, all the way to the bitter end, Justin. Welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. It's the final episode of Season 5. This one's going to run a little bit long, but there's so much good content, we felt like we had to show it.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of footage still left, I guess, here at the end of the season, and instead of breaking it into 2 episodes, we're giving you one long extended cut. Maybe we'll call it the director's cut. Are we the directors? I think we're the directors.
Why
so
not?
It's the director's cut of episode 28 of season 5. So Todd, we're going to get things kicked off here.
Public land hunting. I mean, you know, you guys have been calling for it. You've been asking for it. I will say, Josh, he followed through. He hung in there till the bitter end and pulled it off.
Yeah, so let's check out Josh Fletcher up in Wisconsin on some public land now.
Well, just got set up. Just hung a new lone wolf up. I'm overlooking a big cutover. This cutover comes down to a pinch. Heavy deer trail right here. We're getting a lot of bucks on the game camera. I'm only 20 yards from this trail. Kind of hope things pick up. You know, it's a slow evening when the only thing you got to watch is a porcupine eating a twig. Well, it's November 6th. Out in big woods, public land. Right now I'm hunting a old grown-up cutover. I got a jack pine, kind of a pinch or an edge right here. Kind of a select cut, old cutover with some openings here to my left. Temperatures have really dropped off. Today is called the running moon or the full moon in November. I'm hoping the deer activity really picks up. Last night I didn't see a deer. We'll see what the night brings. A little bit breezy, but all in all, it's nice, overcast, good night. Let's see what happens.
Right.
What a night. I had a giant buck at 15 yards. I come to full draw on him. My elbow bumps a tree. He hears that, spins around, goes in the woods, blows at me. I'm thinking it's over. And sending out a text. And I start grunting, snort wheezing, because he's blowing at me in here. I'm just trying to cover up sound. I don't know. Last resort. Desperation. As I'm doing that, the snort wheeze backs at me. And I think it's him. Out comes a giant 4-point. Looks like a fork or a 6. I shouldn't say giant, but nice big wide fork. He ain't got the number of tines I'm looking for, but he's got the spread that I am after. And he comes right in, gives me about a 20-yard shot. And he's just pouring blood. When he's running away, I can just see the blood pumping out of him. Just a nice buck. Now mind you, I'm hunting this public land. This year is my big focus, was to hunt public land. I wanted to show you guys, the viewers, that we aren't hunting ranches, we aren't hunting game farms. We're hunting regular stuff that you hunt. My heart's still going. I think I'm still worked up after that great big guy to come through. Wow. At first I thought that was him coming back. It ended up being a different buck I grunted in. Incredible. Wow. I don't know if I have the worst luck or the best luck. Don't know how this works for me, but long story made short. I'm walking out of my stand to give him time to lay up. I walk out to the logging road and I look, and here's my buck. So I didn't dare move. I didn't want to get out the camera to record it because I didn't want to bust him. Drew back and put a second arrow in him, and now he's down. It never goes smooth for me, but for whatever reason I seem to get the job done some way or the other. But nice public land buck. Well, here we go. Got him out onto the logging road so we could take some photos of him. Just a good public land buck. He ran, I'd probably say 100 yards tops across the logging road and ended up laying on the logging road, or just off of the logging road by about 8 yards. I come walking down this logging road to head back to the truck to give him time, and he's laying there looking away from me. Actually, I think he had the theory of, if I don't look at him, he won't know I'm here. And put a second arrow into him, and ended up finishing him off there. But just a nice little buck. This is a public land hunt. It goes to show you. I just wanted to emphasize the importance of hunting cutovers. My brother shot actually a beautiful, nice big buck 2 or 3 days ago. So it'll be some good meat in the freezer.
Well, Todd, there's no question that first buck that came in on Josh, it was a big deer. I mean, it was behind the brush, so you didn't get a great look at him, but you could see enough to know it was a giant deer. It's a deer I would have been proud to shoot here in Illinois on some of the farms that we're hunting. And here's Josh, northern Wisconsin, public land. So it just goes to show you the opportunities certainly are out there. It does take a little bit of luck. Unfortunately for Josh, he had bad luck. The deer ran away. Another one comes in, 5 minutes later, and he manages to pull it off. So congrats to him.
Yeah, but I'm not going to let him off the hook that easy, Justin.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, but we work so hard to stay scent free, and we try to do all the right things. But you know what? That buck smelled whatever Josh had in his mouth. There is what I'm.
That's
saying.
Todd's
that
theory.
That is my theory. That's my theory.
Well, we'll have to go find this buck and ask him what he smelled and why he ran away. But I guess we should also point out, we always want to mention the shot. Josh admits it. I mean, he owned up. He said, I didn't make the best shot to begin with. I was backing out of there, doing the right thing, and to give him some time. And as fate would have it, he encounters this deer on his way out.
That never happens to me on that end.
No, me neither. Believe me, I just have the worst luck. But Josh apparently had good luck. Was able to put another arrow in that deer, put him down quickly, recover his animal, and get his public land deer. So there you go, guys. All of you out there on Facebook and everywhere else who have been asking us for a public land hunt, your wish has been granted.
Josh delivered it, that's for sure.
Well, what do we got up next, Todd?
Next up, we're going to join Tom Elford and his son. I mean, I tell you what, I don't know what I enjoy more, watching the son in the background or watching Tommy, but go ahead and check out this hunt.
All right, guys, well, here it is. It's January 2nd, 2015. Happy New Year. Jack and I are getting back after it. We're going into our favorite little ground blind, the one we set up about a month ago. So today, they're going to be moving. What do you think, Buster?
Yeah.
We got the Blaze Orange on today because it is also CWD season, so got to be careful. Got to wear our orange. But we got the bow. Jack's carrying it. You ready, bud?
Bowhunter Dad, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
We're out to shoot the first deer that walks by, right?
Yeah.
First one. Anything? Little buck? Anything. We're shooting anything. Don't matter what it is today. Forget your management and forget your trophy quality. Hoorah. This is about having fun, right? Yeah, buddy. That's pretty cool. Man, she saw me draw. That's all right. They might be able to get him to come back. Man, that kind of hurts. They've been trying really hard. Looks like they're gonna head the other direction now. There's a little chance they could come back, but man, once you spook that big, mature monarch, lookout doe with 4 fawns, 5 fawns, she's smart. So we're gonna still sit here and wait, though. There's still a good chance.
Yeah, right.
Right. All right, yes. What do you think, bud? That was awesome. Well, it wasn't. We had those deer come in, and unfortunately, we just couldn't get it together. And, we're kind of packing it up here, and a lone turkey walks out all by herself. There's no way I'm passing up a big old hen. And, man, she came right in on the same trail that doe came down. And we put the bow to work. It was tough. It was really tough to pull it off in this blind. That was tough. I had this little teeny tiny window to shoot through, but I gave her the old burp, 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 and I hammered her. So that's pretty awesome. What do you say about it? Our first kill together with the bow. Big old hen. All right. Well, this is actually where those deer were walking when we spotted them. There's our blind. That's actually the blind that Jack and I and Miss Miles set up earlier in the year. We were stationed right in there. We did a good job brushing that thing in, huh, bud?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, right. All right, so not too far away, here we have big old turkey. Yeah, this turkey.
Ooh. Man, that one right through her. That went right through her, dude.
Man, what a beautiful bird. Oh, absolutely awesome. What do you think? Pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah.
That first shot was pretty much perfect. It looked awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
put it right where it needed to be.
then it didn't kill her, right?
No, we always want to make sure they go down quick. So we had to follow it up with another shot. I mean, there's tons of blood on this arrow. Tons of blood. So I mean, I hit something pretty good. Man, that was just awesome. I mean, for us to get our first kill together, a nice turkey. Thanksgiving dinner. What do you say, bud?
Bowhunter died, baby.
Bowhunter died, baby.
You know, sometimes the most entertaining hunts, at least for me to watch, and I hope you guys feel the same way, aren't always the ones that have the biggest bucks in them, right? And here's a great example. You know, this hunt for me was just a fun hunt to see Jack's reaction, to see his enthusiasm going out. You know, and I guess maybe the one part you guys didn't get to see in this is, you know, because Tommy and I are friends, we talk a lot. He was going out hunting with Jack a lot. I mean, they were hunting a lot, and they weren't seeing any deer. And you guys, you know, for those of you out there with kids, you know how hard it is to keep them engaged and entertained when you get out there and you're not seeing anything. So fortunately, they were finally able to get out there, see some animals, and make it happen. And as you guys saw, it was a pretty cool hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, clearly Jack was having a great time. They made it fun, and the reality is when you're bringing your kids, you got to keep it fun. Keep it short, keep them entertained, and you know what? I loved every minute of it. Now, next up, the last hunt of Season 5, and I'll tell you what, if there's anyone who ever hunts all the way to the end, that is definitely Clinton.
Well, it's not really the last hunt because we're still going to watch me.
All
Although
right.
I don't know that you could consider my hunting after watching what we're about to see.
I'm not going to add anything to that because I'll probably just get myself in trouble. But Clinton always hunts to the end, and I'll tell you what, this is really quite the story. So let's just go ahead and stop talking and let you watch it for yourselves.
Hey guys, it's January 5th, about 3 p.m. And my hunt for Ernie continues. I've been hunting this deer all year. Frank and I have been after him pretty hard. We have yet to lay eyes on him in the daylight while in the tree. This late season, I've been getting a lot of pictures of him right here over these beans. How did I do that? How did I miss that deer 20 yards? How did I just do that? I'm not even sure what to say. I've been hunting that deer for 2 years. Everything I've done in the last 2 years has been geared towards that deer. I shoot my bow consistently twice a week. All throughout season. I shoot it every night leading up to season. I hunt really hard. My family puts up with me putting a lot of time into hunting and trying to reach my goals. And I just failed. And that is a very, very hard pill to swallow. It's been 1 week to the day since I missed Ernie out of this blind. That was last Monday. I hunted him Tuesday night, didn't see him. I left for the ATA show on Wednesday and decided not to hunt Wednesday night and get a good jump and take off. I got back Saturday, check cameras on Sunday, which was yesterday, and he was in here Thursday and Friday at 3:30 from about 3:30 to 5 o'clock. So I guess that's what I get for going to the ATA. But I should have never missed him in the first place last week, so it's probably good that I took a break and relaxed. Had a lot of mixed emotions over missing that deer. It's been pretty rough, but it makes a guy realize there's a lot of things that are worse in life than missing a deer. I've got a healthy family. That deer is just a deer. I'm not hunting at my house tonight. I wasn't able to hunt Ernie because the wind has switched and it's now blowing out of the east. I wasn't going to hunt because I'm kind of dead set on killing that deer, but I've got a couple big deer over here, and this late season hunting, man, there's just nothing better. Hunting out of a stand tonight, so a little bit of change of pace, but there's been a lot of deer in this plot. I mean, it's just tore up. This is where I killed my first deer back in November. I've got a big deer over here I call Cow Ripken. I've been hunting him for a few years also, so if he comes out and offers me a real good shot, I might possibly try to take him, but other than that, I'm just over here to sightsee and enjoy the cold temperatures. That's a deer I call Cow Ripken. He was number 2 on Frank and I's hit list. These deer are all coming back out now, of course, because it's starting to get dark. But the field wouldn't have cleared a couple times. Might have had a go at it, but I got one more night of good weather coming up here. Hopefully tomorrow night I can get back on Ernie. Alright, well, hey guys, it's January the 14th. It's about 3 o'clock. I just got back here in my wagon blind and got everything set up. This is the blind I've been having the encounters and the pictures of Ernie at, so I'm going to give it one more try. Tonight might be my last night of hunting for this year. The weather is going to warm up, so I think tonight's probably our last chance. Let's go. I'll be nice to you this time. just can't get this deer killed. That was a terrible shot. Caught the corner of this stinking bar stool when I shot. I'm gonna have to leave him all night. I had a doe pick me off. You can hear the coyotes. It's not a good situation. I guess I'm gonna finish up my blood trail interview from Ernie here. I didn't even feel like getting the camera out when we were done looking for him, but I guess to sum it up, we went 100 yards, never found any blood. We finally found where he crossed a small fence, and we were able to find maybe 40 or 50, somewhere around in there, small drops of blood. The biggest one was probably the size of a nickel for another 100 yards, and then it stopped. And that was it. We looked for about 3 hours, covered the whole bedding area that we have. Never seen any sign of anything. I mean, there's snow on the ground, so we would see him if he was laying in there. I don't even know what to say talking about it. I have a lot of mixed emotions. I've missed that deer twice in 9 days. I told myself I wasn't hunting anymore the rest of the season. I don't know if I feel like I'm being greedy by going again or that I need to punish myself, but anyway, the guys at work today, they talked me out of that. Maybe I've just been going at it too hard. I don't know. I mean, I know the shot was marginal the other night. I've shot a lot of deer that way in my lifetime. Put it right behind their shoulder. You catch one lung, the liver, and the guts. It can be a deadly shot. But then I sit around and think, you know, is that something I want Tommy's little boy and Dean's little boy and my little boy and, you know, my buddy's kids? Is that a shot that I'd want them to take? I'm really disappointed in myself. Like I've said, there's a lot worse things in life than missing a deer. I know I'm hard on myself. I've always been that way. And I failed, and it's a hard thing for me to talk about. But anyway, I got myself back up in the tree tonight. One of 2 deer that I came up here to try to hunt tonight. The other one was the little bit narrow one that was up in front of him. So I got my sight set and got Drew back, got a good solid anchor like I should all the time. And he was quartering away real nice, so I held dead center in his body, about 10 inches behind his shoulder, because I've been dropping my arm. I think that's what's been my problem. But so I was on him, squeezed it off, and of course, since he was spooky, he drops into the shot. Thankfully, I caught him right in the bottom of the spine. The arrow hit him, and it must have kicked down and caught the top of his lungs or his femoral artery, because I turned the camera around, got my harness unhooked, jumped down out of the tree, run out there, took care of him. He was dead before I got there. So it must have kicked down and either caught the femoral right under the spine or the top of the lungs. But either way, I got him. So what I've done is I threw my tag on his hind leg, I drug him out of the field, and I got him under the base of my tree. There's a lot of does that use this plot. I've still got about an hour left before it gets dark.
Meh. Meh.
Well, that's the way to end the season there. Oh, had a bunch of does come out. I figured I would. She got out there about 35 yards to gunshots. Everybody's hunting this late season. Got them all freaked out, but I had another doe pick me off up here in this tree. That deer got out there and she was quartering away a little bit. I wanted to make sure I slid one in the back of her rib cage to get up through there. So it was a touch further back than I wanted it, but I'm pretty sure on the exit side I would have caught the guts, the liver, and then the lung on the opposite side on the way through. So we'll be good and we'll get her, but what a way to end the season. Like I said, the Lord's really blessed us this year with a successful year, so what a way to end it.
All right, guys, well, here we are. Today's Saturday, the 17th of January. I hit that doe back in the liver last night, so we decided just to let her lay. Anyway, I come over here and got her this morning. Didn't take the camera with us. She was laying right on the edge of the field, so we just got her drug out here with the buck. Like I said, this is my bully buck. He's not much, but he's a big mature deer, and he was running everything off this year. So I've had a rough couple weeks, and I could absolutely not be any happier to end my season on this note. So I guess until next year, bow hunt or die.
You know, I'm going to start just like this. Holy cow. I mean, Justin, we all know how challenging bow hunting can be, and I mean, that is an absolute giant buck. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat seeing that buck come in and watching that incredible footage, and you know what? Boy, things did not go the way Clinton planned at all. You know, the first shot that he made on that big buck, clearly he was doing everything right, because most people probably would have shot fast. He had plenty of time. We've seen all the footage, but those beans were taller than that buck's back. And he was truly waiting to try to be able to get that arrow with a good clean shot, which is what all us ethical bow hunters should do. Unfortunately, when he finally had that moment of truth, he was low, and it looks like he may have just barely nicked the front leg, and the buck got away. Justin, I'm gonna let you take the second.
You let me take the fun one, right?
Well, I didn't say the fun one. I mean, we're passing along here.
You know, that second shot, I've talked to Clinton. He knows he messed up. I mean, it's hard sometimes to put blame on people when they're in these situations, and we saw with that first one. I mean, we saw the emotion that came out of him after missing that deer and hunting him for 2 years, and it truly is potentially the buck of a lifetime. So there are times as bow hunters we all let our nerves get the best of us, and we let that emotion take precedent over our good judgment. I mean, he should not have taken that shot, severely quartering to.
Don't take those shots.
Don't take those shots. I mean, I don't think that deer died. I've watched the footage a million times in slow motion. It looks like the arrow kind of skips off of his belly, cuts some hair, sticks into the back leg, a minor flesh wound. I would say I'm 99% sure that deer is still alive out there somewhere. And for Clinton, man, talk about a heartbreaker. Who gets an opportunity at a Boone and Crockett world-class deer twice in 1 year? It's a pretty rare thing to get a one opportunity. So I could certainly, I guess, empathize with his feelings on that one. And then he goes out, continues pushing, and gets another shot at a deer, not nearly as big, but as Clinton says in his interview, I mean, this was an older deer. He had a lot of encounters with him during the year, had a lot of trail camera videos and photos of this deer, so he knew that he was a bully, right? He was one of those older deer with a small rack, and he went out and ended his season in I guess, a fitting fashion.
Yeah, and you'll see in the slow motion, you know, we had Brandon set it up. I mean, the reality is, guys, the deer do drop a lot. You know, it's something that we all need to think about when bow hunt. You know, it's fine. You go in your backyard, you shoot targets all day long. Those targets aren't moving, let's face it. You know what? We go back there, we shoot. Sometimes our shots aren't perfect, and we still are dropping our arrows into the good kill spots, right? The reality is the deer move. And in this case here, you watch the slow motion footage, you see this buck here definitely drop at least 5 or 6 inches. And, you know, luckily Clinton is fortunate enough to catch that spine. The deer does fall, and he gets his dear.
So I just had $1 million idea. Somebody needs to come up with a target, right? That's got some sort of sensor on it.
We get commissions
when it hears the sound of your bow.
The elbows bend a little bit.
It drops to simulate a deer dropping. so you can get some real world target practice. So if somebody invents this out there, you got to give me credit, or give us credit at least. So that's the end of Clinton's season. As we saw, he harvested his second buck here in Illinois, and I guess we're going to wrap up the extended edition show with a couple of my last minute hunts that weren't all that exciting, much like the rest of my season. So let's take a look now. Well, good afternoon, guys. It's second to last day of the archery season here in Illinois, January 17th. I'm heading out to do a little crossbow hunting this afternoon. Running late, it's almost 2 o'clock already. I really wanted to be out there, gosh, half hour ago, but just couldn't make it out. So, not much to say, guys. Looking for a doe tonight. There's really only one or two bucks on this farm that I would potentially be targeting. One of whom really doesn't move during the daylight very often. The other one we haven't seen in a few weeks. So if one of them shows up, maybe they'll get popped. But tonight we are definitely on doe patrol. We've got some does that are coming out to both cut corn as well as some hay fields on a fairly regular basis. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, it's 40 degrees, which is nice to sit. However, not nice for deer movement. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. I'll keep you updated from my ground and pound makeshift run and gun ground blind position wherever I end up tonight. So we'll check in with you here in a few minutes once we get out in the field. Bow hunt or die. All right, guys, we're finally set up here, sitting on the ground. I got some picked corn to my north, bedding area to my south. It's a good kind of a doe bedding spot. They really like to hang out in here late season. A lot of tracks out here in front of me, so I don't know. Gonna hang tight for a couple hours and we'll see what's happening. So, second to last day, 40 degrees, January 17th. Crossbow Madness 2015. Well, it looks like the sun is officially setting on this hunt. We got about 5, maybe 10 minutes of light left. Haven't seen anything other than a squirrel. Haven't really heard anything. Well, we still got a few minutes tonight and tomorrow night to try to get something done. Come on. Final day, Illinois archery season. Got the orange on. It's 40 degrees. Feels like springtime. So, my prediction, we don't see a single deer tonight.
Oh, that's great.
No. This way, if we do see a deer, hear me out, people. You go in with low expectations. That way, if you see a deer, you've exceeded your expectations. It's time to get to it. Less talk, more killing. Bow hunt or die. We'll see you in a stand shortly. Just snuck in here and hung this stand. I'd like to say that's snuck, but it sounded like a freight train. And there's deer sign under here just everywhere. I've had daylight pictures of both STD buck as well as baconator underneath this tree. So, I don't know if they're bedding anywhere up in this valley and they work down in here tonight. Maybe we'll see some action, but I have to say I'm not very optimistic. I made a lot of noise. It's very, very quiet, and it's very, very warm for January. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Well, my season's over. In what could be called
fitting style. I carried a stand in. I hung it, I trimmed it, I hunted it, being hardcore, being awesome, and all the deer walked by my stand that I hung in May, that's over there. Proving once again, I don't know what I'm doing, and these deer have been one step ahead of me all year. So concludes my 2014-2015 bow hunting season. I salute you, deer, for you are clearly smarter than I am. Hopefully I learn what I'm doing between now and October. And until shed season and turkey season, I bid you all a fond farewell, and I say to you, bow hunt or die.
Well, there's no question about it. Our goal here at Bowhunt or Die is to keep this show as entertaining as possible. And I mean, the storyline has been, we've been sticking to the storyline. How long can we keep Justin from shooting a buck to keep everyone watching the show?
Well, we're on third season in a row now.
Oh,
where I've
boy.
absolutely eaten my Illinois archery buck tag. Not for lack, I guess, of opportunities of shooting at bucks in general, just lack of opportunities of shooting at the bucks that I'm really looking for.
And there's a big difference there, Justin. I mean, you know what? We got to give Justin credit. He's had opportunities to shoot plenty of deer, guys, and he wants to hold out for a certain deer. I give him credit because I don't know that I would.
Hey,
do
those
it.
taxidermy bills are expensive, man. If I'm going to spend another couple $100
Couple
on
hundred.
another deer for
More
the
than that.
wall, it better be a good one. So hopefully next year my luck turns around a little bit. We definitely have some good deer out there that we're chasing. If they've managed to make it through the rest of this wintertime, next year could be a pretty interesting season. So that is officially a wrap for season 5. That is all the hunting action that we have for you guys. We're going to do the trophy photos like we always do, but we've got the extended version to go along with our extended episodes. So we got a few extras this week, so let's get into those now.
Aaron Wild,
Brandon McCoon,
Caleb Archibald,
David Elianti,
Justin Langford,
Kyle Vandewalker,
Paul Long,
Ryan Ewert,
Shane Clunan.
Tyler Helms, and his fiancee Ashley Tinsley.
You know, I don't remember seeing anything in the mail.
I didn't
Invitation
get
or anything
my
like that.
invite to the wedding. Maybe it got lost. Just send it here to the office, Huntley, Illinois. Address is at the bottom of bowhunting.com.
If you can't make it, he'll send a gift.
I'll send Todd in my place.
Oh,
All right, guys, that's it. Season 5 officially a wrap. We will start season 6. It'll be here before you know it. Springtime.
It's already here.
Shed hunting, turkey season, scouting.
do it all over again?
Justin out looking for deer areas to hang a new stand in to kill deer next year. That's what we're going to see.
I'm thinking you just stick with the stand that you had hung based on that last hunt I saw. But
a good
anyhow, with that being said, got a couple last things we want to wrap up this end of the year with. Number one, we've got a couple trade shows coming up. You'll be able to see us coming up here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Great American Outdoor Show.
Yep.
We'll be in the Archery Hall if you guys are looking for us. And then we've also got the Wisconsin Deer and Turkey Classic, which is beginning part of April. So be on the lookout, guys. If you see us at the show, stop by the booth, say hello. We'll have hats, t-shirts, stuff for sale. We'll be doing our bow raffle that we always do. So stop in, sign up to win a new Matthews bow. What else, Todd? What else we got before
Let's
we
make
go?
this fast here and furious. We got our annual bow shoot. You know, if you've been thinking about for years coming by and joining us, you know what? It's a great time. There'll be information. There's already information posted on our bow hunting
First
forum.
weekend in June.
Yep.
Northern Illinois, guys, come out, enjoy a day shooting. We've got raffles. We do another bow raffle actually there. We've got a lot of door prizes. You can hang out with the pro staff, give them a hard time for some of the missteps that we've had during the season. We always enjoy that. Last thing, guys, we can't forget about our buddy here with the
definitely. Those are very cool.
the Metal Shed cast antlers. So, guys, if you're looking for some of these, you can visit his website. I think it's metalshedantlers.com.
Cool.
And pick up some for yourself. He's got a variety of different ones available, and pretty neat item.
And we end the season with Tommy's final 5 minutes of his hunt to see how the season can end. So watch that, leaving here. Otherwise, stay tuned for season 6, which is right around the corner.
Kind of sad afternoon. And I got really close to a really nice buck, a buck we call the Crab Claw 9. I had my 27 yards, and
some people walking their dog. About half a mile away, were yelling at the dog and it spooked them. Bowhunt or die. We'll see you next year. Peace out.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
Tyler Helms and his fiancee, Ashley Tinsley. Tyler, don't do it!
And a big congratulations to all of the deer who thwarted my plans to kill them. You are better than I am today. Next year.